All right, Dan
Ready?
Block.
All right, Matt, you've heard about how gamblers can switch cards in and out, correct?
Yes.
All right, we're going to use 1, 2, 3, 4 kings. Just remember, 1, 2, 3. Oh, you see, I switched them already.
Nice. Nice. You're a beast on that.
I release new videos every Monday.
If you like Mumbling Magic, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything.
Dan Block is the greatest card magician I have ever seen. It's the way he handles the cards. He has a soft and effortless touch. Everything looks so natural. He has these small hands and he just handles the deck beautifully. Take a look at the card trick Dan performs at the beginning of this video. I filmed that a bunch of years ago in the hallway at a motel at a 4F convention. Dan is just so smooth. It's pure sleight of hand that he does, and I know exactly how it's done, and to be honest, I don't think I can make it look that good. Legendary magician Roger Klaus, who was a student his whole life, used to hang out with Di Vernon. He gave lessons to Muhammad Ali. This guy was very well known. He said that Dan handles a deck of cards like an angel. Noel Stanko, who is a well-respected card magician and card mechanic, happened to be one of my magic buddies when I was up in school in Buffalo. I could tell you this about Noel. If you've ever seen him, he's into riffle stacking. He'll have a deck in hand and he's got these big hands. He's casually shuffling the deck, hardly looking down. He'll ask you to name a 4 of a kind. Let's say you say kings. He'll shuffle a few times and he'll stack the kings for a 5-handed game of poker, any spot you name. He does incredible stuff like that. Anyway, Noel was obsessed with Dan Block. He used to hang out with Dan and he would go home and write down every trick that Dan did and he would break it down, the method. He did this for a long time and eventually he put it into a notebook and he gave it to Dan as a gift. Let's just say Noel recognized the greatness in Dan Block. Let me give you a little history. When I was in school in Buffalo in around 1994, 1995, I got into magic. This was way before YouTube and the internet. If you wanted to see somebody, you had to see them in person, whether it was at a magic convention or a lecture. It wasn't so easy to see magicians perform. I used to hang out at this magic shop called Elmwood Magic, and I met a couple guys from there. Yeah, it was super cool. Anyway, through these guys, I met Dan Block. I remember my first interaction with Dan Block. He showed up, I think I was either at a lecture or hanging out with these guys, and Dan did a few tricks. He did a card trick involving a lucky coin, he did the Sachs dice routine, and he did some standard card tricks. It was incredible. I never felt that way before from seeing magic the way I felt when Dan performed. It was just something really special. Dan was performing at a place called the Akron House, so I took a girl out to dinner there to see Dan perform. I remember he came to the tables, did some card tricks, and his stuff was amazing. He specialized in sleight of hand. All of his stuff fooled me, and even if I knew what he was doing, I still couldn't see it. It was just unbelievable. Then he did a show at the bar. I remember him doing the Chop Cup. I remember him doing Open Travelers. These were advanced tricks, and the audience, I was in the audience, was completely floored. He killed it. It was like something I had never seen before. Dan blew me away. His magic was incredible and all sleight of hand, and his style was no nonsense. There weren't long stories, there weren't long tricks. It was straight to the point, just amazing magic, and he was into visual magic. One time I went to see Dan, and as he was packing up, I went and said hello. Dan knew who I was. Dan unleashed the beast on me. He did about 15-20 minutes of hardcore sleight of hand card magic. I will never forget that experience. It was a one-on-one. It was stuff I had never seen before. I don't remember everything he did. I'll tell you this, I have modeled my whole career and style based on that one experience. It is something that I just can't explain, and to be honest with you, I do that a lot now. I'll get someone and I'll just let the beast out, and once somebody does that with good, strong magic, it's like you've never seen before. Dan's technique is smooth and flawless. A big point, not only is his sleight of hand probably one of the best I've ever seen, Dan is confident. He performs his magic and there's no hesitation, there's no, is that fair? Dan just performs his tricks and he will fool you over and over again. Dan is a true master. He is a sleight of hand card expert. The thing I like so much about Dan is not just his flawless and smooth and natural technique. He performs in real time tricks that he could do for real people. Dan doesn't do cardistry. He doesn't do angly stuff that can only be performed on Instagram. Dan specializes in visual magic. He loves color changes and he loves tricks where cards just constantly change. I kept in touch with Dan, and then in 2011, I went to Buffalo to spend the day with Dan. Here's some false shuffles and false cuts that he performs. Here is an original flourish that Dan invented. It is not easy to do. It is super cool and smooth and just a nice way to reveal a card. To be honest, I don't have the best video of Dan. I'd really like to get more.
All right. And we'll give the cards a little cut. And just mix the two halves together. Kind of odd, face up going into face down. Back to back. An ace. Now look, had it been one higher I would have missed, one lower I would have, but I would have had a pair of fives. That's pretty damn good in itself. Look, we'll try this again here for you. We'll just throw the 3 into the pack like that, and we get another ace. Now again, one higher I would have missed, one lower I would have missed. Okay.
That's a good idea. That's good. Do you need more for drinks or anything? I'm sorry.
We're good.
Good for now? Okay.
But as you can see, had it gone higher or lower, I would have missed, okay? And some people think that there might be something tricky with the 3, so I'm not even going to use it. Won't even use the 3 this time, okay? We'll give the card a shuffle and a cut, okay? So there's the ace of diamonds. Now nobody would throw a card in at a poker table to try to find an ace. They would do this, right? Just give the cards a dead card to find the ace.
I believe so much in Dan that I convinced him to quit his job and become a full-time professional magician. I don't think that made him happy, and in fact, I think he resents me a little bit because of that. We haven't spoken in a long time. He is still the greatest card magician I have ever seen, and what I have to thank him for is setting my standards so high. You know, I see a lot of card magic that's weak, and when I saw Dan, all of his tricks, all of his magic was strong, his sleight of hand was incredible, and he did difficult moves beautifully and effortlessly. I always strive to be as good, especially with card tricks, as Dan Block, and at this point, I still don't think I've achieved that level. Dan puts on a very small and exclusive magic convention in October in Buffalo every year. I don't think he did it this year. With Corona, perhaps next year. If you are into sleight of hand and you want to see some incredible magic and meet Dan Block, you should definitely find out about going to that convention. Let me know in the comments if you've heard of Dan Block, if you've seen Dan Block, and also I'd love to hear what you think about Dan Block.